Okay, let's get personal. For our audience and our viewers that are watching on television, tell us about your amazing success story. You have probably one of the most amazing success stories. You started at such a young age. There's been so much in the press about your success stories. I'd love to hear your version.
Strangely, I'm dyslexic, which basically is something that afflicts some people, and I find learning conventional education quite difficult. But I think dyslexics can be quite good at other things. So when I was 15, I was interested in what was going on in the world, and like many young people, was very, very anti the Vietnamese War. It was an unjust war, a terrible mistake, acknowledged as much by Robert McNamara, the defense minister, many years later. So I decided to leave school and start a magazine to try to campaign against the war. I didn't have any money, and so I worked out of the school phone box trying to sell advertising. And I felt that if I could sell enough advertising to pay for the printing and the paper costs, then I could risk leaving school to start the magazine. And somehow this young voice managed to persuade the Coca-Colas and the other people to part with enough money to pay for the printing and the paper costs, so we could print 50,000 copies of the first edition. And people liked the magazine. It was the 60s. It was a time when students were demonstrating on the streets. There was the Biafran War. There was the Provos in Holland. There was a lot to write about. It was an exciting time. And then using, on the back of the magazine, just starting living life, I came across situations where I felt I could improve other people's lives, which is basically the premise of starting any business. I mean, if you can come up with, if you can see that something's not being done well by somebody else, or if you feel you can actually get in there and do it better, then you have the makings of a business. One day a young artist came to us, and he had a beautiful tape, but we couldn't find any record companies to put it out. So we formed a little record company, and we put his music out, and people loved the music. It was called Tubular Bells by Mike Oldfield, and it was the starting of what became maybe the main independent record company in the UK. So I'm inquisitive. Our brand has become a sort of way of life brand. I mean, most brands specialize in one area. You get Nike, they specialize in shoes, or Microsoft in computers, or Coca-Cola in soft drinks. The Virgin brand is a way of life brand, and that partly reflects my inquisitiveness. I just love learning about new things, and I love challenging the people around me. And if I are frustrated about something, I'll think, well, let's see if we can do better than other people are doing it up to now.
Watch more great videos on Enigma TV's YouTube channel, or log on to our website www.enigma-mag.com.